Alright, Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth and who ruled well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful like Agim scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, giving our diligence to make your calling and election sure, as well as hasten in the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai. So this is a real quick video, man, on this clip that's going viral. It's the Joe Budden podcast. And it says the quickest a man's point has ever been proven in history, right? And clearly it's going to be dealing with the woman, all right? So I'm going to play the clip. And, yeah. I'm going to play the clip and then we'll expound upon it with the scriptures.
I learned a lot about women. I think I learned exactly how the fall of man occurred in the Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden, and Adam said one day, "Wow, Eve, here we are, at one with nature, at one with God. We'll never age, we'll never die, and all our dreams come true the instant that we have them." And Eve said, "Yeah, it's just not enough, is it?"
No, that's not funny.
I was just waiting for more.
No, that was kind of his point.
Oh, God.
That's kind of what he was saying.
I mean,
I learned a lot.
And there you have it, man. In real time, man. In real time. And if that went over your head, then something's wrong with you, man. Okay? And that's what we learn, man, when you come inside the Lord. One of the key things the Lord puts you on game about is how to deal with women and the mindset of a woman and, you know, how wicked they are for the most part. And they're unsatisfiable. They have an insatiable appetite for sin, for wickedness. They can't help themselves, right? Especially when you live in a society that's catered toward them being able to do as they please without any accountability, okay? So one thing these women don't understand, that the freedoms that they have to do as they please are directly tied to who's in power, who's running the earth, Esau, Edom, okay? Now it was prophesied that a woman shall compass a man, but it was done by way of Esau, putting these women in power. One, putting them in the workforce so he could tax both the man and the woman, right? It's more money for him. For two, divide and conquer. Three, destroy the Israelite household, right? So yeah, man, and basically just to be totally contrary to the ways of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, so as society presses on, right, you got it right now where there's like this gender war between men and women, right? Men actually having to struggle with these women about who running shit, man. When's the last time a woman built your damn house? Okay, invented something outside of something that serves them. Okay, they don't they don't get it, man. And they're totally unsatisfiable. So what's getting ready to happen is, as society starts to fall, these women are also going to fall because they're in a joint rulership with Esau, Edom, okay? Whether they realize it or not, okay? So let's grab scripture. Right? And this is why the Lord tells us what? Just, hey, man, lock in, focus, because in a minute, a woman's going to be the least of a brother's worries, okay? 1 Corinthians 7:28, it says, Salakia, I want verse 29. 1 Corinthians 7:29, it says, "But I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none." Right? And that just really goes into staying focused and staying locked into the spirit, right? You may have a wife, but your focus shouldn't even be her for real. Okay, should be focused on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. Considering the horrific things that are about to happen upon the earth, right? Going on, okay, because what's going to happen is as society collapses, women are going to naturally fall back into a feminine state, okay, because the fear of death, the fear of uncertainty is going to be present, and there's not going to be any governmental structure there to guarantee them safety. Okay, so they're going to have to actually depend upon a man. Okay, Isaiah 32:2, it says, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind. Right, when the wind blows pretty hard, what does it do? It destroys shit. Okay, it says, and a covert from the tempest. So if a man's going to be a hiding place from the wind, he's going to be a hiding place from what? Being destroyed, being destroyed. All right, and more specifically, it's going to be a man of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because as the scriptures say, all of these other men, and they're not going to know what to do, man. You know, it boils down to having the covering of the Lord upon you. All right. It says, as the rivers of water in a dry place. Right? That says a lot right there. A man is going to be as a man of the Lord is going to be as the rivers of water in a dry place. Okay? If you're walking in the desert and you've been walking for 12, 13, 14 miles, scorching hot heat, and you finally come across some water, hey man, you're gonna you know what I'm saying, that's what it's gonna be like to come across a man of the Lord in the time we're coming into. It says, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Okay, that's protection, man. Right? That's the state that the men are about to be back in. Okay. This is Isaiah 3. In verse 16, it says, moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes. All right, this is just going into the spirit of the Israelite woman, starting with the head tribe, Judah, right, which would be the so-called black woman. Right, whatever she does, the rest of the women in the world pretty much just follow suit. So the so-called black women set the trends for what the rest of women in the world do. But right now they're doing it in wickedness. So there's a judgment for it. It says, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes. Right? So you imagine a fine ass modern day black chick walking down the street, you know, all did up and shit. You know, wanton eyes. It says wanton means undisciplined eyes, right? Walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet. You know, walking down the street, switching that ass, got her toes did up real nice, right? It says, therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secrets. And this judgment has already been put upon the Israelite woman, because the majority of them, when it says smite with the scab, it's just going into baldness. The majority of Israelite women can't grow long hair, or Judite women to be specific, which the bulk of the curses fell upon Judah. Right? It says, the majority of so-called black women, they can't grow long hair. So they have to wear weaves and wigs and shit. Okay? So that's already been accomplished. It says, and the Lord will discover their secrets. It says, in that day the Lord will take away the braving of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their calves, and their cuffs, and their round tires like the moon, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs, the headbands and the tablets and the earrings. These are all the things that women hoard, right, to keep their appearance up. Okay. It says the rings and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparels. Women love clothes, okay? It says, and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins, the glasses, the fine linen, and the hoods and the veils. In the ancient days, women wore hoods and veils, but today they wear bonnets, scarves, wigs. It says, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. When society crash, okay, there's no running water. Okay, these women are still gonna be having their cycles and shit, man. All right, modern day women already have a hard time keeping up with their hygiene because they sleep with so many men. It throws off their pH balance. They eat terrible. They got bad diet. So the scriptures is saying that it's gonna come to a point that instead of them having a sweet smell, there should be stink. It says, and instead of a girdle, a rent. And you know a lot of these women, they be wearing them little waist things to keep their stomach and shit tucked in, right? So it's funny that the scriptures actually say that. It says, and instead of well set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, right? So you getting ready to trade in your leggings for a fucking potato sack, okay? It says, and burning instead of beauty, right? Because another thing, most women, you don't really get to see how they naturally look, right? They always did up, okay? They always got weaves in, makeup. They got all type of shit on up under their clothes to suppress their true shape. You know, they get butt lifts and shit like that. So in a time of trouble, when society fall apart, you're gonna get to see these people for who they really are, right? It says, verse 25, it says, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. So all of these men out here, a majority of them, they're gonna be fighting in World War III. It says, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. So you're about to see these women be brought very, very low, right? As far as their pride is concerned, and physically. Then it says, Micah 7:10. It says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, right? Because that's what society do. It plays men against women. It says, she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Right? You got a lot of women that kind of like mock men. You know what I'm saying? Especially the prophets. Right? It says, my eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire in the streets. And mire is basically dirt. Mud, right? So, when shit like the stock market crash, ain't no jobs to go to. Section 8, food stamps, Social Security, when all of these things that pretty much be aiding women and keeping them afloat, when they don't have access to it no more, then they're gonna have to be in a forced state of humility. All right, they're gonna have to humble themselves to men. All right. So, Lord's will, this video was edifying. Shalom.